Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Time to make the prayer. Foundation stone laying ceremony of the Mayapur project took place 31 years ago. And then again in 77. Both Ananta sage. And 77, so the 72 was more in the front, 76 area. Yeah, 77 was for the project, the temple. First one was for major project, the general project in general, and 77 was for this project, the Adbhut Mandir, the best temple on the earth. How many devotees that will accommodate? So 30,000 devotees or some number like that. 10,000. That Darshan Mandap will accommodate 10,000 devotees. There's a provision for further expansion to 30,000 and like that. So this is the temple for the preaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden age, the prediction that 10,000 years, my name will reach every town, every village, and there will be hundreds and thousands of temples all over the planet. But this will be like a mother temple, the original temple, the temple of the temples, origin of all the temples. So our team have been finalized, all the details has been worked out. Ambarish Maharaj, right there, Ambarish Maharaj is fundraising chairman, Fred Ford, and he has pledged a large sum, and he's getting more and more enthusiastic about this. In the recent tour that he's even considering spending a good amount of time in India meeting big business magnates with the aim of raising funds for this astounding temple. So today our job is much easier. We would like to pray at the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by praying to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by remembering the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even most difficult thing becomes easiest thing, most easiest thing it becomes Prabhu, and just the contrary happens. And if we forget that lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then easy things become most tough. So this morning we have assembled here to meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord, pray to the lotus feet of the Lord. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki is most magnanimous. Namo Mahavadanyaya. So, O Lord Gauranga, please be merciful unto us, not only just assembled devotees, but there are hundreds and thousands and millions and billions of souls are to be rescued, are to be liberated by Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and all the plans will be made here in Mayapur, in this temple, and the flood of love of Godhead, Ganga floods here occasionally, and Prabhupada said, yes, the flood of love of Godhead has to begin here in Mayapur, and then spread it all over the planet. So we want to get our the willpower together, strong will we want to develop here as we assembled this morning. And where there is will, there is way. Can you say, where there is will, there is way? So we just...
We heard this morning, where there's Kripa Shakti, there's a way.
Yeah, where there's Kripa Shakti, Kripa of Mahaprabhu, Shakti of Mahaprabhu, the mercy, Kripa. So we want that Kripa, and then we have strong will, strong determination, then nothing could stop us. Temple. So for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada, who is very much with us here in his Murti form, we have assembled at his lotus feet. So for his pleasure, for the pleasure of all the previous acharyas, for the pleasure of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he saw the effulgence, the Yoga Peeth and this future temple, Adbhut Mandir, Nityanand Prabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, for the pleasure of their Lordship Sri Radha Madhava Ke. Delighted to know, I think announcements will be made during this festival, that next year as you come back, and each one of you have to bring 10, 20 devotees with you. Next year is a very grand festival. Very special festival. Well, you're wondering what is so special about next year's festival. And so the special feature of next year's festival is the Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, and we all Saurabhakta Vrindas. So these Panchatattvas, the Panchatattva, to be worshipped for next 10,000 years and beyond in this astounding temple. Once the arms are raised, then it becomes 9 feet tall. I asked Jananivas and Pankajamit, how do you believe these are hollow inside? This is a solid Gauranga from top to bottom. And then, of course, Nityanand and Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas. So, for time being, those deities will be installed in Panchatattva, present-day Panchatattva temple. But we would like to shift them to the main temple as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, before we depart. You will be long. Yeah, nothing much to worry, but our end is coming nearer, so have mercy upon us. And for that reason also please add a little more intense prayer for our benefit, so that we could also see Gauranga Panchatattva worshipped in this temple. So any Kirtan, any other prayers?
Specific pastime of Srila Prabhupada that happened in Mayapur. That it was the disappearance festival of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And those festivals, Prabhupada would put his guru's picture on Vyasasan. He would sit down on a lower seat. And he was delivering the lecture here on that year. And then he was explaining how the previous acharyas, when we glorify one acharya, former acharya, we have to glorify the others. How the secret of advancement in Krishna consciousness is really based on getting the mercy of the previous acharyas and pleasing. How we get the mercy by trying to please them, trying to do what they want us to do. We have a simultaneous Russian translation going on. He built the Chaitanya Math in the Jogpit temple, and then, like this Prabhupada, he was very emotional. He said that in my humble way, I'm also trying to do something to develop Mayapur Navadip Dham. I said, I'm very grateful for all the devotees who are helping me to develop Mayapur Dham. And then he couldn't speak anyway, he just choked up and tears were pouring from his eyes. We were sitting there. Actually, we haven't been able to do much for Srila Prabhupada, but still just whatever little anyone was doing, we can understand. He was so appreciative. Then he, after he could gather his composure again, then he again said that this pleasing the previous acharyas is the secret to Krishna conscious advancement. So we know how all the previous acharyas, right from because we know our Adi Guru, Nityananda Prabhu, as spoken of, had predicted that Ek Adbhut Mandir Hoibe Prakash, Gauranga Nitya Seva Hoibe Vikash. So Prakash means to manifest, and Vikash means to expand. So by this temple manifesting, the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will expand all over the world, Prabhupada says.
Viva!
How many of you want to see Lord Chaitanya's message expand all over the world? How many want to please to the Prabhupada and the previous acharyas? How many want to fulfill the prediction of Lord Nityananda? How many want to let someone else do it? How many want the mercy yourselves? Want to be part of this Mahayagya? Srinivasacharya was on a tour of Mayapur. He went on a parikrama after it was over. He was lying down that evening in the house, the original house. Same original house was there. The same grass hut of Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. And he's looking and he said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord of the Ananta Koti Brahmanda, the most merciful avatar, he lived in a grass hut. He came here as a Brahmana. And he was just like overwhelmed. How is it? We're hearing so many glories of Navadip Dham, but we don't, with our muscles, eyes, with our flesh eye, we don't see everything. We feel it, we hear it. There's like an overwhelmed. How to put all this information together. Then about midnight he dozed off and Lord Chaitanya picked him up. Came and gave him a vision and picked him up and flew him in the sky and gave him an aerial view of the transcendental Navadip Dham, and he saw a spiritual city with so many temple-like houses and people all very beautiful with tilak on and golden wall around the city. And then he saw this beautiful temple in the middle. It says something like a dome or some kind of a canopy or something. Kandoga was the word in Bengali. Something like a domed temple. Then they went inside and they saw the Panchatattva, but they were living. The deities were really Lord Chaitanya, all were there. And there were thousands and tens of thousands of devotees worshipping them from all different countries and different races. People he didn't recognize, people with different colors and complexions, and then everyone was worshipping them. A big kirtan arti for the Panchatattva. Like this, he had 7 visions, different dhams, different leelas in that temple. So as Lokanath Maharaj said, that temple's here, but it's uppercut. It's not visible to us yet. We want to, Lord Nityananda said that temple will, that's what we're praying, is somehow, for the Lord's caused us mercy, if He uses us as an instrument in His hand, there will be very, very grateful and we want the opportunity to do that seva, but we know that actually it's the Lord's desire and our Acharya's desire. They want it. Simply use us as a nimitta matra, as an instrument in their hands. Somehow we want very quickly this temple to manifest so that Lord Chaitanya's message will expand all over the world. Gauranga! विश्वपाल परमहंस जय गाधारो शिवा श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की पंचतत्व की सीता दैत्य गोसाई की मालवेंद्रपुरी की श्री राधा कृष्ण रघुनाथ श्याम कुंद्रान की जय वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर धाम की मथुरा धाम।
Prabhupada first tried to get land in Mayapur, nobody was giving him any support. Then he thought, maybe I won't get land in Mayapur. So he was writing this Santi Sakha Goswami here, that maybe I'll make my world headquarters in Shantipur. So such correspondence was going on. Prabhupada used to come here and chant japa before Advaita Gosai. Prabhupada ki. So that Santi Sakha Goswami, he's requested us, he's the one who requested us to come here and take up the responsibility for this puja. He said he doesn't have the capacity. This is such an important day where Lord Chaitanya is giving the mercy of Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti, pure Bhakti to whoever comes here and participates in this festival. So he said that where else can you just eat something and get pure love of Krishna? So, but people are being deprived from that mercy. So please ISKCON, you're the only ones who can do it. You're the representatives of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now to do this service. So you please come here and say, for this day, temple is yours. You have the run of the temple here, and you come and you do the seva for Advaita and offer this festival. So he was a very dear friend. He called me, he was a very elderly gentleman, very elderly Vaishnava. He called me as a younger brother, which is a blessing for me. So that means that I am also a younger kind of uncle for Prasanta here. This is Prasanta Goswami, his son.
Everybody, applaud.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, one more time, give a prayer that he can do wonderful service here for Advaita Gosai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivas, Adi, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He will say a few words, and Subhak Swami Maharaj will give his, what we call it, pranjal, that means from the heart, beautiful flowing English translation.
Hare Krishna. Jayo Shantipur Nath Advaita Gosai, Jahar Kripai Pai, Chaitanya Nitai.
All glories to Lord of Shantipur, Advaita Gosai, by whose grace and mercy we can get the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Aniya Krishnere Koribo Kirtana Sanchar, Tabe se Advaita Naam Safol Amar.
I will bring down the Lord here, then I will think my life is successful and I am worthy of being called Advaita Gosai.
Advaita Prabhur Gurudev, Madhavendra Purir Sharantiti Utsav.
Today is the remembering day of remembrance of the spiritual master of Advaita Gosai, that means Madhavendra Puripad.
এই উৎসব শুরু করেছিলেন স্বয়ং অদ্বৈত প্রভু।
Advaita Acharya himself started this, held this fast, this festival.
স্বয়ং মহাপ্রভু তখন এই ধামে অদ্বৈত পাঠে উপস্থিত।
At that time, Lord Chaitanya was present here personally.
সেই উৎসব ধারাবাহিকভাবে অদ্বৈত প্রভুর বংশধরেরা বংশানুক্রমে এই উৎসব ধারাবাহিকতা রক্ষা করে যাচ্ছেন।
So the descendant of Advaita Goswami are maintaining this, celebrating this festival from then on.
পরবর্তীকালে রামদাস বাবাজি মহারাজ এই উৎসবের ধারক এবং বাহক হয়েছিলেন।
Then Ramdas Babaji Maharaj, he
was running this festival.
He was running the festival.
আজ থেকে বছর 12-13 আগে,
around 12 or 13, 11 or 12 years ago,
জয় পতাকা মহারাজকে আমার পিতৃদেব প্রভুপাদ শান্তি সখা গোস্বামী,
Shanti Shaka Goswami, his father, requested Jayapataka Maharaj
যে এই উৎসব তুমি এবং তোমার ভক্তরা পরিচালনা করো।
You and your followers will run.
জয় পতাকা মহারাজ নিজের কাঁধে নিয়ে উৎসবকে রক্ষা করে চলেছেন।
Jayapataka Maharaj took that responsibility and maintaining it and carrying on the holding this festival.
আমি জয় পতাকা মহারাজকে অনুরোধ করব যে এই উৎসব যাতে দীর্ঘদিন ভাবে চলে তার সুবন্দোবস্ত আপনি করবেন।
So he is requesting that this festival for long time to come.
অদ্বৈত প্রভুর চরণে জয় পতাকা মহারাজের দীর্ঘ আয়ু কামনা করি।
I pray so that Jayapataka Maharaj live very long time to Advaita Acharya.
এবং এই উৎসবকে সুন্দর এবং সাফল্য পাওয়ার জন্য যারা আমাকে প্রত্যক্ষ এবং পরোক্ষভাবে সাহায্য করে চলেছেন,
those who are helping him directly or indirectly to make this festival a success,
সেটা হচ্ছে জয় পতাকা মহারাজজি স্বয়ং এবং তার ভক্তবৃন্দ।
they are Jayapataka Maharaj and his followers.
সেই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে বাবাজি মহারাজের সন্তানেরাও আজকে এই উৎসবে সামিল হয়েছেন। তারাও তাদের বাবাজি মহারাজের নির্দিষ্ট অদ্বৈত গোসাইয়ের মালসা ভোগ এবং অদ্বৈত গোসাইয়ের কীর্তন তারা রক্ষা করে চলেছেন।
Along with that, the followers of the
রামদাস
Babaji, they are also helping in offering prasad and other kirtan bhajan.
এই উৎসবের সুন্দর হওয়ার জন্য আমি কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাবো রাজ্য প্রশাসনের আইজি হেডকোয়ার্টার রামকৃষ্ণ রায়কে, আমি জানাবো কৃতজ্ঞতা এসপি নদিয়াকে, আমি কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই শান্তিপুরের ওসি এবং সিআইকে, আমি কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই শান্তিপুর মিউনিসিপ্যালিটি চেয়ারম্যান এবং বিধায়ক অজয়দেব মহাশয়ের কাছে, এবং সর্বোপরি যাদের কাছে আমি বেশিভাবে কৃতজ্ঞ সেটা হচ্ছে এই বাবলা অঞ্চলের মানুষের কাছে যাদের সাহায্য।
I express my gratitude to the officials of the government, local officials of the government, along with those who are present here and the residents of the Dham.
আমি সকলের চরণে প্রণাম জানিয়ে আমি
my speech by paying you homage and thanks.
Hare Krishna, you can translate. But you should know that ISKCON, we do everything jointly. We're all following A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
আমরা A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami প্রভুপাদের সঙ্গে একসঙ্গে এখানকার যারা গোস্বামী আছে একসঙ্গে এই উৎসব করছি।
And these are very important personality. This is Kavi Chandra Maharaj. He does the fundraising for the festival.
এখানকার যে অনুষ্ঠান হচ্ছে তাই কবি চন্দ্র মহারাজকে দেখা হচ্ছে, যিনি একজনের প্রধান এই অনুষ্ঠানে।
উনি পয়সা সংগ্রহ করেন,
ইনি অর্থ সংগ্রহ করেন এই উৎসবে।
And he's preaching in Japan and Africa and many other places.
ইনি জাপান এবং অন্যান্য জায়গায় প্রচার করেন।
Sachinandan Maharaj has come. This is your first time.
Sachinandan Maharaj.
He came 10 years ago. Now again he's preaching in Germany and the area.
In Germany এবং অন্যান্য জায়গায় প্রচার করেন 10 বছর আগে এখানে এসেছিলেন
And he wants to get the blessings of Advaita Gosai
তিনি অদ্বৈত গোসাইয়ের আশীর্বাদ চান
and Lord Chaitanya and Madhavendra Puri.
এবং চৈতন্য মহাপ্রভু এবং মাধবেন্দ্র পুরী
This is our Maha Visramba Madhav Swami Maharaj.
বিশ্বম্বর মাধব স্বামী মহারাজ
He's a Pandit.
he is a big pandit
He's preaching in Russia and many places.
রাশিয়া এবং বিভিন্ন দেশে প্রচার করছেন
He's from Malaysia.
মালয়েশিয়ার মহারাজ ভক্তি বৈজেন্দ্র নন্দন স্বামী এভরিবডি তৎপস্বামী তৎপ ধামদাসী ভক্ত
Europe. He's the 14th generation.
অদ্বৈত আচার্য অদ্বৈত আচার্য 14 বংশ
And he's still keeping. You hope that those who are grihastas, your 14th generation, will keep that. He's keeping the Advaita Acharya's tradition and overseeing the pujas and everything. And one of their previous gurus is famous Acharya. That's Vijay Krishna Goswami. He's the Dasam, 10th generation. And why this temple is very much welcoming all of you is because Vijay Krishna Goswami, who was maybe 200 years ago, he said, one day the world will be filled with the sound of the Midranga. He said, Jagat Midranga Moi Havi, filled with that Midranga vibration. Goswami, Advaita Gosai. This low land here behind us is the old, what do you call, riverbed of the Ganges. In other words, when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he crossed the river here and he landed. Advaita Gosai lived right by the side of the river, right next to it, that close. After some time the Ganges shifted and now it's about 3 kilometers from here. But in the rainy season it fills up with water still. When Lord Chaitanya, after taking sannyas, he came and he sat in this place here where this small temple is. And with Advaita, with Lord Chaitanya, they had prasadam. Here's where that famous, it's called the Tin Prabhu Visram Stan, or the resting place of the 3 Prabhus. And there are many wonderful pastimes there. You'll see the picture of the 3 of them sitting. That's one of the leelas that could be shared today. On the other side of this temple, there's a small temple, also Krishna consciousness. Can you have the original puja implements of Advaita Goswami? They found the conch shells and some original items. So this whole place, Lord Chaitanya, Satyamata met Lord Chaitanya here after taking sannyas. Lord Chaitanya stayed here for some weeks. Many pastimes happened here at this place. This Shantipur is considered not different from Mathura. So like leaving Vrindavan and coming to Mathura. This is the Mathura Dham of Gaurbandal Bhumi. And it says also that Shantipur is famous for cloth. They have the best weavers. And also famous for committing Vaishnava aparats. These 2 things. The original Shaligram that Advaita Acharya worshipped, someone was asking me about that. Well, I asked, they said that another son, another line has that in Shantipur. They claim they have it. The original Shaligram he worshipped to bring Lord Chaitanya. So that's where we are here. We're in this very holy place. How many of you are happy to be here?
He was sitting at this spot. He was worshipping Shalagram Shila in the most auspicious way with Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaf. And he was crying out because he had compassion. He saw that the people, they were not engaging in bhakti. They were just engaging in worshipping Goddess Durga and material and sense gratification. And he wanted them to learn bhakti. So he thought only if Krishna himself comes, he can teach these people. So he prayed and he cried out so loud that it pierced the covering of the universe and Krishna could hear it. So he made arrangements. Of course, he'd already made arrangements that Advaita came to call in Shantipur here. He was the chief of all the Brahmanas, great teacher and leader, and so many pastimes happened. One very interesting is that Advaita considered Nimai or Gauranga Mahaprabhu as his worshipable Lord. He understood who he was. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of etiquette, always honored Advaita as a senior person. And Advaitacharya didn't like that. He didn't like to have the Supreme Lord honoring him. One time Chaitanya was very angry at a devotee named Mukunda because he was associating with the Mayavadis. So Advaita became a little envious, and he was thinking, how can Gauranga become angry at me, chastised? So he started teaching the superiority that Gyan was superior to Bhakti. So then Lord Chaitanya was not happy at all with him. He actually came to his house and he asked him, and he said, yes, Gyan is superior, his most important thing is. So Lord Chaitanya was very angry. He said, how can you say that? How can you say that? And he threw him down and he pushed him right out of the house. And he pushed him down on the ground and he was beating on him. Actually beating on this old man. And the wife, Sita Takarani, she was crying, he's an old man, you're going to kill him, leave him alone, stop. And Advaita was so happy that he was being chastised by the Lord and he was no longer in this honorable, superior position. So he's actually Mahavishnu. He's also called Sadashiva. That's a mysterious, but in the Goloka there's Sadashiva. Not exactly the Shiva we know in this world, but... So he threatened, he said to Krishna, if you do not come yourself to teach bhakti, Krishna bhakti, then I will manifest my forearms and I will kill all these materialistic people. So this is something maybe we could learn to let them, they like that one.
Hare Krishna. So it says in the Chaitanya Bhagavad and Chaitanya Charitamrita many times, the Maharajas were making auspicious sounds. That means it's ululu. Devotees were in ecstasy of having felt separation from Nimai and thinking they'd never see him again. And Mother Sachi was cooking for everybody. She was an old lady. She must have been 70 years old. But she was cooking for everybody because she was a most loving cook. And Nimai was crying and apologizing. I should have taken permission. And she was crying, you have to stay near me. But Nimai told her, as a sannyasi, I can't Bengali we say lapra. Lapra is just to boil vegetables, 5 kinds of vegetables boiled. Very simple. And Advaita kept saying that yes, we have very simple prasadam. This comes a banana leaf and they filled it up with rice and he was pouring ghee and hundreds of sabjis. And Gauranga was complaining, this is too much, I'm a sannyasi. How can I eat like this? And Nityananda was also complaining. Nitai was saying, I've been fasting and you're not giving me anything. This is nothing. My stomach has a hole in it. Burning up. Why don't you feed me properly? Because the rasa between Nityananda and Advaita is something very mysterious. And Advaita was saying, who is this Avaduta? We don't know who he is. We don't know where he came from. And, you know, I'm a householder. My whole life could be ruined by such association. Nityananda was also making. So, we were
very seriously. And he left India, he left Vrindavan, and he went to America, the worst place, the most sinful place, the most fallen people. And he indiscriminately gave Krishna Prema, Krishna Consciousness, Krishna Prasadam, Harinam Sankirtan, and the worship of Nitai Gauranga to everyone, anyone and everyone. And we are meant to carry on that mission. He left a lot of work for us, and there's unlimited work to do. We have Satyanarayan Prabhu here. He's been given the responsibility for Arabic book publication. And I think that these people are very fallen, and they especially need the mercy of Advaita Acharya. This is something that hasn't been pushed very much. So I request all the devotees here to give their blessings. Pray very sincerely that we can produce and distribute books in the Arabic language for this 20% of the population of the world who is being misled, especially misled in the name of religion. But they're very philosophically inclined and pious, and somehow or other we want to get this done. So this is a good day to pray for that. By the mercy of Advaita, who wanted to help all of us. We have many other speakers. I hog them at a time. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Radha, Shivas, Gaur Bhaktivinoda, that's all of us, all of you. Everybody next to you is one of those Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Please remember that. Hare Krishna.
Someone can share the meaning of Advaita Acharya and Madhavendra Puri at this place? Madhava Swami Maharaj is going to speak on how Lord Chaitanya got here the first time after taking sannyas. Krishna Balarama Subhadha Mule Gyanam Padam Padamai Krishna Sadarma Chittam Dandasta Deva Prabhupada Namo Namaste Mokyanatamaram Dasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chachurun Navatam Nena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Vanchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Paritanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
So Nityananda Prabhu is always very compassionate on fallen conditioned souls. And after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his pastime of taking sannyas in Katwa, then he was very, very eager to go to Vrindavan. And so he thought, I will go to Vrindavan. And Nityananda Prabhu said, yes, we will take you to Vrindavan. But Nityananda's idea was, he was filled with compassion, thinking how all the Navadvip Vasis will live without Nimai. last darshan of Nimai as Krishna Chaitanya, as a sannyasi. So although he was telling Gauranga, I'll bring you to Vrindavan, come with me, we'll take you. His plan was to bring him here to Shantipur. So then he gave the message that to Mother Sachi and other devotees in Navadvip in Mayapur that Gauranga is going to, I'm taking Gauranga to Shantipur, you can see him there. So then at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in trance, absorbed in Vrindavan Bhava. So he was just wandering and Nitai was taking him. They got in a boat. They were coming on the Ganga. At that time, Gauranga was thinking, Vrindavan, Vrindavan. And Nitai said, here we are at the bank of the Jamuna. And Gauranga immediately offered prayers. Then Gauranga offered prayers to Jamuna. Chidananda Bano Sadananda Shuno Pada Prema Patri Drava Brahmagatri Aganam Lavitri Jagar Kshema Thatri Pavitra Kriyana Papir Mitra Putri.